Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is my Lord of the Rings online stream. There are many Lord of the Rings online streams, but this one is mine. We are following Wayward, my Hobbit minstrel. She is a level 9 right now with the Tortoise Stone equipped, so she will stay a level 9. And we are riding back from the festival area over at Hobbiton back to Mickle Delving with Kitty Cat, poor Kitty Cat running in the rain. But it's okay, Kitty doesn't mind. Kitty is a brave kitty. So we are riding back to Mickle Delving, and the reason for this is we have just completed the dance quest in Hobbiton. And we are going to go on and do the other 3 dance quests, because this is the thing we need to do if we want to be able to dance. And trust me, I like to dance. So we're going to take this girl, and we're going to head on over once we get to Mickle Delving. The 4 areas that they do the dance quests, one is at Hobbiton at the party tree, one is in Soren's Hall at the inn underneath Soren's Hall. The elf one is in Duyond, not Kellandine, but Duyond. And the festival grounds in Breeland, which are north kind of by Hengstacer Farm, and also the Hobnanigan Fields. Hobnanigans is where you play hockey with chickens, but we are not going to talk about that now. Just bear in mind, keep this filed in the back of your mind. There is a game within this game where you can play hockey with chickens. So we've gotten back to stable in Mickle Delving. Remember Mickle Delving? Cute little Mickle Delving. We were just there in our last stream.
How do you do?
Now the stable masters in the main starting areas, which are Mickle Delving, Bree, West Bree specifically, Soren's Gate, and Kellandine. Those are all connected by Swift, and I'm pretty sure it's a Swift that you can take even if you are not VIP. I don't know if I've explained VIP. LOTRO is, Lord of the Rings Online, is free to play. You can download the client, make an account, and play it without ever spending a penny. You can buy an account, and if you buy an account, instead of having to buy quest packs by either earning or buying LOTRO points, you get a whole bunch of quest packs included, you get a whole bunch of perks, and you get 500 LOTRO points a month that you can play with. There is something in between VIP, which is having an account and paying every month, and free. That's called premium. That's when you pay a little bit of money to the store and you get some LOTRO points just once. The minute you pay them real money for anything, you become premium, and you get some good perks from that. But the point remains that you can actually play this game without ever dropping a penny, and if you are willing to put in enough time and do the grind, it is possible to play this game and earn enough of the LOTRO points by playing the game to unlock all the areas, all the expansions, all the contents. It's a lot of grind, but it's possible, and that is more than most other games can say. Meanwhile, going back to the original thing, we need to go to 4 different areas in order to learn how to dance. We've already done one while I was off camera, and now we're going to go do another. Let's see. Let's go to Bree. Bree is one of only a couple places in the game that has more than one stable point. Bree has West Bree. Bree has South Bree. There is also a swift horse that will take you from West Bree to South Bree, because sometimes you just don't want to run all the way through town. We are going into West Bree, and West Bree is the main stable point. South Bree will take you to more places, but West Bree is the point that connects to everything up top.
What do you need?
That whoosh, we just got that stable point for the first time. We can now get to West Bree from other places. But what we are going to go to is not on this route here. We are going to go to this horse over here, the one that says Breeland Festival Grounds, and when I mouse over him I see a little door. That is an unlabeled swift horse. Click on him, and the world goes away. We are now at the festival grounds in Bree, and it is still raining. Boy, is this a gloomy night for a festival. Oh, look what we have here.
Good day.
It's a pie eating contest. We are going to stop and do this pie eating contest because you know what? This is a pie eating contest that only happens once in a while. And it is even harder to catch this pie eating contest than it is to catch the dance quests. We have to eat 6 pies before the time runs out. We seem to be having a little trouble with that. We might not make it. Two more pies in 18 seconds. Can we do it? We have done it.
Day, isn't it?
As a winner of the pie eating contest, you are welcome to claim your prize. Of course, you have a wonderful title, the Pie Eating Champion. I'm so proud. And now we must run quickly because here is our dance quest person, and she has her quest ring up now. And so we must accept that quest in a hurry because the dance could start at any minute. We do not want to miss it. Her dance area is over here, so we're just going to stand here. We have accepted the quest. We are going to keep her selected, and we are going to wait here for the dance to start. Now, like I said, the rules for the dance quests are pretty simple. Once every 20 minutes in each of the 4 areas, the dance quest becomes active when the festival is on. You get there, you wait for the festival quest to become active, you accept the quest, you select the dance leader. Very important. You have to have the dance leader selected throughout the entire quest. When the dance begins, the dance leader will come to the front of the area and will give you a series of dances that you have to dance. These are in the form of emotes. Here we go. The dance will begin now. Come, shall we dance? Yes, let us dance. We keep her selected. You must follow the steps I call out. Here's our button. Right-click that button and it will give us the steps we have to do. It is also possible to do this with emotes, but they have fixed it so you don't have to. Even with all this, it looks very easy. This is a very easy quest to fail. And it's annoying because when you fail it, you have to wait 20 minutes to try again. Now this one up in Bree is a little bit buggy. Most of them, you click the button, you take a rest. You click it twice, you take a rest. You click it 3 times, you take a rest. You click it 3 times, you take a rest. You have completed the dance, you are good to go. This one's a little buggy. You click it once, you take a rest. After that, you can just click your way straight through the rest of them and it'll work just fine. See now it says talk to Ada Musgrove, don't leave the dance area. I have completed the quest. All I have to do is make sure I talk to her and do not leave the area before I talk to her. And I will gain the ability to learn a dance. Now there are 2 dances for each area, so you have to do this dance quest twice. That means 8 times doing this quest, running around from place to place between them all. It's pain in the neck. Why do we do this? Well, as soon as we get done with this, I will show you exactly the dances I have learned so far. Dancing is not a skill that is necessary in order to level up in Lord of the Rings Online. When it is necessary is when you're watching a band play in the Lord of the Rings Online. Because yes, we have an in-game music system. You can play any music you want. You can play custom music of your own design, and you can do it with your friends. One of the things I love most about this game, and it is particularly big up here on the Land Roval server. We are the home of Weatherstock, which is one of the biggest musical events anywhere in the game, and it is entirely player run. It's really cool. We are going to choose, we have won the reward of an emote man dance. We can learn Dance Man or Dance Man 2. We are going to learn the first one because we are on day 1 of learning these. A word about emotes. If you're familiar with IRC or any kind of chat interface, you're probably familiar with the commands slash and then whatever. Slash tell in this game. If I type this, well, I don't think you can see it over there. If I type slash tell and then a name, it will send a private message to a name. If I type, say, slash cheer, I will cheer at somebody, or just cheer at nothing at all if I have nothing selected. There is another way to access emotes, and that is the little voice bubble over here that you can't see because I have it hidden. Because frankly, I don't think I need to stream everything that comes across my chat box. Just take my word for it that there is a little bubble over there, and if you click on it, it will give you some selections. One of those selections is emotes. And if you scroll through them, you will see the emotes you have learned. I have learned 2 so far. I've learned dance_Hobbit and dance_man. So if I type /dance_Hobbit, I will dance the dance of the hobbits. And it looks like this. This is one of my favorite dances in point of fact. It's pretty cool. And what's really cool is when you're doing it while a band's playing in front of you. And what's really cool is when you get 8 or 10 or 20 people and you all synchronize and you're doing the same dance steps at the same time. Man, it looks pretty. Man, it really does. So this is one of the 8 main dances. And another one, the one I just learned. Dance_man. Looks a little weird, huh? Just turning around and slow and kind of boring. If you're standing next to a guy, because there are 2 versions of this. There's a male version and a female version. The guy turns one way, the woman turns another way. You do that dance together and you're doing this at each other, and it's actually very cool. A lot of the dances are made to be danced with other people and synchronized in some way. And people get really creative with this. It's pretty awesome. And at some point, for sure, we are going to take in some band stuff. Possibly even my own band. I have a clone band that I pull out for special occasions. Or maybe just one of the bands that hang around Bree. But for now, what we're going to do, we're going to get on our high horse. We're going to go back to Bree. And we're going to head off someplace else so we can learn another dance. Here is our horse back to Breetown. That instant horse is a great convenience. We didn't used to have that. It's another way in which the game has been made easier, but also less frustrating, which I am all for. Here we are back in Bree.
What can I do for you?
We have 2 choices. We can go to Thorin's Gate or we can go to Celandine. Celandine, I always get that wrong. Let us go to Celandine and learn to dance. Actually, we're not going to Celandine to learn to dance. We're going to Celandine so we can go to Duyond and learn to dance. Because for some reason, the elf town where everything happens is not actually the elf starting town. One of those weird things, probably like how the place where everything happens, the starting town for the hobbits, is not Hobbiton, which would seem logical. It is Mickledelving. It is what it is.
How can I be of service?
We have just gotten this stable for the first time. Now, normally if you go to a new stable, you can only connect to a stable if you've already been there. Starting areas are a little bit special because nobody's been there before the first time they land there. So they cut you a little bit of slack. So let's head to Duyond. Let's scroll out a little bit so you can get a look at this place. Look at this place. The elf starting area in South Eredlune is some of the prettiest landscape anywhere. It is all these pink cherry trees, and it is just gorgeous. And I gotta say, this is one of the places that's even prettier in the rain than not in the rain. I mean, look at the colors we're getting there. This is something. I love the way the pink of the trees contrasts against the dark skies. It's great at night, too. I mean, this is, in my mind, it's one of the prettiest areas in the game. I'm just super fond of it. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna saddle up and I'm gonna go down to the dance area and ooh, we just caught her too.
May Govanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
Here is the elf dance leader. Man, I have been making some great connections here tonight. Perfect timing one to the other, which means I'm probably jinxing myself and will be waiting forever at Thorin's Hall, but hey, I'll take what I can get. And again, we're just going to do the same thing. It is the same dances at every different location that you learn to dance at. For dance 1, rest. Dance 2, dance 3, rest. 2, 2, 3, and then 3, 1, 3, I believe. I used to know that by heart, but ever since they gave us a click button, now I just sort of click my way through. Point being, it is the same emotes everywhere you go. So if you're a person who likes to put the emotes on your toolbar and click them manually, you can do that. I strongly suggest just using the button that they have up on the quest thing. But however you choose to do it, it's going to be the same every place you go. It is the same routine, it's just you're doing it in different locations. And it is startlingly easy to screw up, but it's also, once you get the hang of it, pretty easy to not screw up, so. One of the biggest sources of difficulty is if you do not have the dance leader selected. You will note if you look at the things they are saying as the quest goes on, they say, look at me and dance step 1. Look at me means have me selected. You're looking at me. See how I have the arrow showing her? I have her selected. The dance will begin now. The little green circle around her shows that I have her selected. Now, if you make a mistake when you're clicking the button over here on your quest thing, you might deselect her. That would be bad. Don't deselect her. Just keep her selected and click your way through. And here's somebody who just barely missed the dance quest. That is so frustrating. I hate when that happens. And like, I'm not going to narrate anything. I'm just going to stare at this and click my way through the dance quest. Because I don't want to fail it. I really don't. I really don't. Oh my god, no. Whew. That one didn't want to click for a minute there. Made me a little bit nervous. But we are done. All I have to do is wait and not leave the area until after I have talked with Nedrian and gotten my dance. I have failed this by not having her selected. I have failed this by leaving the area by mistake. I have failed these dance quests every which way you can fail them.
Megawannen.
I hate failing them. So, one more down. I'm going to choose the first one so I can do all the second parts tomorrow. I now have Dance Hobbit, Dance Man, and Dance Elf. I am going to head up to Dwarfland, and I am going to get Dance Dwarf. Now, the quickest way to do this would be to head back to Kellendeem and take a swift steed up to Soren's Hall. We're not going to do that. The reason we're not going to do that is because I am recording this and I want to show you how pretty this place is.
Megawannen.
So we're going to take a slow steed up to Soren's Gate. And I'm going to shut off the interface, and I'm going to shut off names so we can just sightsee a little bit. A thing that is particularly awesome to me is the transition point between South Eredlune and North Eredlune, which is about to happen right here. As you go from the cherry blossoms into the evergreens, and the snow's falling, and suddenly the whole landscape changes. Now you're up in the places of the dwarves. It's a very different landscape, but equally impressive. I believe this is Gondaman. I want to say that place up here is a treasure hunting ground. I could be wrong. Now we're getting into really snowy places. This would be Noglond. A little bit laggy here. Not really surprising considering we have festivals on. And here we get to Soren's Gate and Soren's Hall. But we shall not enter that door. We will enter this side door, because this is a shortcut to the bar. Here's the dance leader, and for the first time we are not getting here just as the quest ring is popped. So we're going to sit here and wait. I shall stay and have some tea. That's my alerts bar, and this tells me what's happened while I wasn't paying attention. While we wait, maybe I'll tell you about deeds. Deeds are things that basically sets of tasks that you can complete. You can finish a deed by doing quests. You can finish a deed by killing things. You can finish a deed by discovering places. Those are probably the three most common types. When you get to Moria, you can complete a deed by falling in holes. There are deeds that you complete by having people do emotes at you. There are deeds you complete by doing emotes at other people. There are all sorts of deeds. There are so many different sorts of deeds that you have 9 different tabs with types of deeds, and then all sorts of sub-tabs below. These are all the different areas in Eriador that you can do deeds. You can do deeds that have to do with your class, your race, the epic quest line, or reputation. There are skirmish deeds. There are instance deeds. There are a couple of hobby deeds. There are PvP deeds. And there are region deeds for Eriador, Rovanion, Gondor, and Mordor. There are lots of deeds. Thing is, with most of these deeds, you can gain titles, and sometimes you can gain different kinds of in-game currencies. But the things that you will usually gain are, did I say titles? There are a lot of titles involved. But also what is involved are LOTRO points. LOTRO points are one of the 2 paid in-game currencies. The other one is minstrel coin. You buy minstrel coin with LOTRO points. So basically it all comes back down to LOTRO points. You can buy LOTRO points with money. You can get LOTRO points free. with your VIP membership, for which you would pay $15.99 or so a month. But you can also earn LOTRO points by completing deeds. Looking at the amount of deeds there are to complete, yeah, you can earn a lot of LOTRO points, especially if you do deeds on multiple characters, because your LOTRO points are not bound to your character, they are bound to your account. I think a free-to-play account gives you 2 character slots per server. So you can use those 2 character slots. You can use one for an actual character, and you can use the second one where you just make a tune, do deeds in the low-level starting areas till you hit about level 15, delete that tune, do it all over again. You can do this a whole bunch of times. It is grindy, but you can earn enough of the paid currency to get tons of stuff for free without paying money. It is possible. It is time intensive, but it's possible. This is one of the things that makes LOTRO great, and I think it's one of the things that's kept the community strong, is that people don't have to choose between paying a monthly membership fee and having the good stuff or not playing at all. We have a lot of people who have started out free to play and ended up going premium or VIP. We have people who've gone in the other direction. And I have known several people who have who have ground their way all the way to end game and gotten all the different areas and all the different perks, and they have done it just by grinding deeds. It's pretty impressive if you ask me. So anyway, deeds are one of the things that will pop up when you completed them in this little alert box. It can be anywhere on screen, but by default I think it ends up here, or maybe I just move it here on all my tunes. I'm not really sure, but that's what it looks like. I got a title awarded. I won a title in the pie eating contest. I am a pie eating champion. If I want, I can make this title active and be known by that. And I triggered a remote quest, a bountiful harvest. This is another one of those where you do enough different deeds, enough different quests at the festival, you get a special perk. So that's the content of my alerts box. And we're going to sit here and wait for Galmi to teach us to dance. In the meantime, let's have a look around. This is the bar underneath Soren's Hall. And you have people selling booze, and you have people hanging out, and some people are quest givers. A lot of these NPCs are here all the time. Some of them, like the Harvest Provisioner, Fall Festival Trader, they're just here during festival times. They have festival foods and festival rewards and so forth. Others, like the Barber, the Healer, the Tavern Keep, random townspeople, they're here all the time. We're just going to wait here. We're just going to wait here. Here we go.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Welcome to the festival, friend. I see you would like to participate in the dancing and rejoicing that happens when the festival comes to the mountains. I, too, would love to dance in joyous merriment. Every 20 minutes... Excuse me. Every 20 minutes I will lead a dance in celebration of the festival. I would love for you to come join me when the time has come. Figured I'd read that one since I saw it pop, so I knew we had a little time. His dance area is around this rug. He's going to stand right here, so we're going to stay right here. And I'm going to make sure I keep him selected because, like I said, not selecting the dance leader is a great way to fail, and then you get to wait another 20 minutes. My viewer, my one viewer. It's okay. In the end, I do this for me. As all things in life should be. If you're not doing it for yourself, if you're not doing it for your own joy, money is great. Physical rewards are great. Recognition is great. But you know what's even better? Doing what you love. And if you're not doing what you love, if you don't feel passion and joy in what you're doing, all the money in the world ain't gonna help. I've seen a few years and I've been through some stuff. I'd rather be happy than rich any day. And right now I'm happy because I'm playing the game I love, and I'm explaining it maybe to some people in the future who will watch this video either before or after the game comes to its natural close, and maybe see a little bit of what I loved about it and why it was so awesome, and just how cool it is. So that's a good thing for me, you know, knowing that I'm leaving behind a record for someone of what was. And right now it's just the opening, the intro, normal baby stuff and baby steps. But as we go along, I hope to get into more areas. I want to take us around and do some of my favorite quests, my favorite storylines. There are so many. There are so many stories in this game. You get to meet so many people and find out the things that they've done and that they're doing. There's the guy who nurtures the orphaned cub, and there's the guy who courting couples who are star-crossed, and you help get them together or find out why they're apart, and people with their individual stories that you help along the way. And there are so many, and they are all such great stories. And every time I think I know everything there is to know about this game, I find something, some place, some quest line, some story that I've never seen before or don't remember, and it's like, wow. 10 years off and on I've been playing this game, and I'm still learning new stuff about it. And so streaming like this, it gives me a chance to revisit that, and it makes me pay more attention. I've noticed that when I'm streaming and trying to explain stuff and reading quests, I'm actually more immersed and more consciously experiencing the game than I normally would. And so that's a gift to me, you know, that I get to give myself by doing this. And so if this gift to myself turns out at some point to be a gift to other people, that's a good thing. And if I can distract my kinmate from some pain and suffering by giving her something to listen to while I'm doing this, well, hey, that makes it all worthwhile. In the end, it's all about people, and it's all about caring, and it's all about love. And this game in particular is all about fellowship and kinship and friendship, and that's what we're here for. And in case I haven't mentioned, because I've mentioned it a couple times, but I don't think I could ever mention it enough, I have the best dang kinship in this game. At least according to me. We are here be dragons, and if you play Lord of the Rings online, and if you are on the Landroval server, and if you can adhere to our one kin rule, which is this: be excellent to each other. Party on, dude, is implied. If you're into all those things, you hit me up. You hit up any officer in the kinship. We would be happy to have you aboard. Be one of our happy dragons in here, be dragons, and have a good time together. That would be awesome. And here we go. The dance will begin now. Come, shall we dance? I've got them selected, and I'm ready to click buttons. Done. Well, almost done. Still gotta talk to him. Great job. Wonderful. You have all been part of the festival dance. We will dance again in 20 minutes. 20 minutes doesn't seem like a long time. Until you failed a dance quest. Then it's forever.
Greetings, traveler.
I will select Dance Dwarf. Woo! Done. Well, let me actually show you the Dance Elf and Dance Dwarf that I just got. Here is the Dance Elf. This is a dance that does not look very impressive by itself. There are a couple different ways you can sync it. It looks amazing with multiple people dancing in sync. And then there is Yeehaw. And now we are done with our dances for today because, as you note, the cooldown on that is 4 hours, 29 minutes, and what that basically means is I cannot do this quest again until after server reset. Server reset happens at 3 a.m.? 3 a.m. server time, which is also Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going to be up at 3 a.m., or at least I hope to not be up at 3 a.m., so I will not be doing this again until sometime tomorrow. But I will be doing it then, and then I will get version 2 of the Hobbit dance, the Dwarf dance, the Elf dance, and the Man dance. And then I will be able to dance at concerts. For now, actually, instead of taking the shortcut since we're not in a hurry, why don't I take you through Soren's Hall? This is the bar under Soren's Hall, as I said, and we have to get through some tunnels to get a little bit higher. You see in the mini-map, as soon as we cross that line, I can now use my steed to get around. So I'm going to do that. Oh, my littlest fan said to tell me good night. Well, you tell her in the morning that I said good morning, sweetheart. Thank you for the good night wishes. I hope she slept well, and I hope she has a wonderful day. Yeah, unfortunately, to try and look up, we end up looking at my horse's butt. Let me try and avoid that. This is the interior of Soren's Hall. This is the front part. The Great Hall. Well, here's an important little thing. This is a milestone. You get one milestone when you get out of the intro. You can buy more from the store. You can bind your milestone to any location. And what that means is when you hit your milestone, which you can do once every hour, you can get back to that location. I have not yet bound my milestone. It's kind of a mistake because if I try to use that now to get back somewhere, I'm going to end up back in Little Delving. Little Delving is not a place anyone wants to be. So I will fix that when we get back into the Shire. But for now, simply know that is what a milestone looks like. This is a crafting area. Oh, what's this glowing thing here? It's a dwarf marker. What does that say? It's a deed. Exiles from the Lonely Mountain. What's this deed about? Well, if I click on my alerts box and then select deed bestowed, it will bring up my deed log so I can see exactly what that's all about. Apparently, there are 6 different dwarf markers in different places. And once I have discovered and clicked on all of them, I will get 5 LOTRO points, which is the in-game paid currency, 30 marks, which is the skirmish currency. We'll go into skirmishes when I hit level 20. They're a whole other thing. I will get the title Exile of Erebor. And I will also get increased reputation with the faction. This faction is Men of Enedweiss. Now, Enedweiss is an area that is level 60-ish. So, we're not going to be there for quite some time. Most of these locations are down in Enedweiss. This is the only one that's here. So this is sort of, if you watched the last video and I was talking about vector quests, basically they give you a quest and say, go to this other area, where they're telling you basically where to go and find out stuff. This is that, only for Eregion. No, Enedweiss. Eregion comes before Moria. I always get those two confused. This is basically a vector deed for Enedweiss. But it's a neat thing, and it actually, if you're wondering what the whole exile thing is about, it's Lord of the Rings Tolkien lore. So all of this is very lore compliant, which is great for the people who are super into that. Let us go and see Dwalin. That is so cool, the way they pull their axes back to let you pass. I've never seen this anywhere in the game but here, and that's a bit of a shame. This is Dwalin. He is King of the Dwarfs. We will actually get to talk to him later. But for now, I think we're going to head back to some other area that is useful. Not that Soren's Hall isn't useful, but we're not going to be questing in this area first. I'd like to start out by doing a bunch of quests down in the Shire. Part of the problem with this game and showing anybody anything about this game, there is so much content. Especially under level 60, there are duplicate areas for just about every level you can think of. There are so many places to go, so many things to do, so many quests, so many adventures. Try and cover it all. I sat down to make a list of things that I wanted to hit up in stream. I made a list of different quests I wanted to hit, and it's a long list. Ash is telling me on Kin Chat, Ollie, there are a few other NPCs that react to you, like if you walk in front of the archers practicing in Esteldine. It really is a shame they didn't put in more like that. Agreed. I would love to have seen more of that kind of interactivity. On the flip side, I'll bet the more interactivity and reacting to people coming by, the more lag. I would guess.
Well met.
Here's our stable master. Let's head back to West Bree for now. I'm about 10 minutes from the point where I'm going to want to wrap up this segment. And I think at that point I'm probably also going to end the stream for the night because I'm getting kind of tired. And last few nights I was up till 3:30 in the morning, and it's really not good for me. So maybe I won't do that again tonight. But in the meantime, we can take a look at Bree. I'm actually going to leave town for a minute because if you have any familiarity with Bree Town and Bree Land from the Lord of the Rings series, this view will be familiar to you. We have a minor crafting area over here, some farming fields up there to the left. Clear skies above. Full moon. We always have a full moon. These are some places where people customarily play music in bands. Here is a prancing pony. A slightly important place in the Lord of the Rings. And a kitty! Hi, kitty! Hi! Kitty sleeping. And another kitty. A minstrel on the stage. Tea. Kitty. Hi, Pax. Bye, Pax. Hi, bye. Yep, understood. Here is the boar fountain in Bree. Random town guards. Oh, let's take a look at Lalia's Market. Lalia's Market is a place that you can buy cosmetic stuff for mithril coin. Mithril coin, as I said, is a paid currency. The thing about Lalia's Market, everything that you can get there, you can get elsewhere in the game. Some of it is stuff that you get from instances that's kind of hard to get. Some of it is easy to get. Some of it is crafted. If there is something in Lalia's that catches your eye that you think you would like to get, always check with other people on World Chat, in your kinship or what have you. Look online because there is a really good chance you can get it somewhere else, and usually quite easily. And some of the stuff here is just really expensive. Those cloaks look familiar? These are cosmetic versions of the cloaks you can get from the Drygok instance. These, 100 mithril coin apiece. 100 mithril coin are 850 LOTRO points. That's a lot. For one cloak, no less. On the other hand, the Drygok instances are kind of hard, even nowadays. Nowadays, the way we're overpowered, and it's a level 75 instance, Drygok is. Most instances are still pretty much a face roll. The Isengard cluster, the stuff with Saruman and Drygok, still hard and have some mechanics that you need to learn. Excuse me. So it's content that is still difficult, even if you've out-leveled it. I mean, Drygok is still tricky, even if you're running it at 115 instead of 75. Yes, you have more firepower, but if you don't know the mechanics, forget it. So, that is some content that has still stood up to the test of time. And as I said, these are the first version of the Drygok cloaks. Very nice. The second version, the white shimmery ones, can't get them here. I still recommend doing the instance and learning it that way. By contrast, this guy right here, Ceremonial Radiant Cloak, tailors make that. It is a crafted item. It is not worth paying minstrel coin for. So as with all things, buyer beware. Some of these, a couple of these are quest rewards. Some of these are very easy to get. I think this pattern is actually available on a couple different cloaks. Some of them, much harder to get. But if something really appeals to you, talk to your kinnies and find out. This is available, this design is available in a couple different places. This one with the moon, believe that's a Dunland quest reward. The owl is definitely a Dunland quest reward. The ceremonial singed cloak is also a quest reward. It's very much a buyer beware sort of thing. But if nothing else, Lalia's can be a great place to see what kind of stuff is available. Because while these are ceremonial versions that are only cosmetic, the original versions of all this stuff is armor. And to realize the amount of creativity that's been present in the game to allow that level of design, it's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? So this is Lalia's, an example of some of the cosmetics that are up for grabs in Lord of the Rings Online. And I am Wayward, and I think I am done for the night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on the stream. Thank you for watching my video if you are watching this in video format. As always, I appreciate you, and if you're in-game on Lord of the Rings Online on the Land Roval server, do look me up. Ask for Here Be Dragons, and you will find me. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. But it's a neat thing, and it actually, if you're wondering what the whole exile thing is about, it's Lord of the Rings Tolkien lore. So all of this is very lore compliant, which is great for the people who are super into that. Let us go and see Dwalin. That is so cool, the way they pull their axes back to let you pass. I've never seen this anywhere in the game but here, and that's a bit of a shame. This is Dwalin. He is King of the Dwarfs. We will actually get to talk to him later. But for now, I think we're going to head back to some other area that is useful. Not that Soren's Hall isn't useful, but we're not going to be questing in this area first. I'd like to start out by doing a bunch of quests down in the Shire. Part of the problem with this game and showing anybody anything about this game, there is so much content. Especially under level 60, there are duplicate areas for just about every level you can think of. There are so many places to go. So many things to do. So many quests. So many adventures. Try and cover it all. I sat down to make a list of things that I wanted to hit up in stream. I made a list of different quests I wanted to hit, and it's a long list. Ash is telling me on Kinchat, Ollie, there are a few other NPCs that react to you, like if you walk in front of the archers practicing in Esteldine. It really is a shame they didn't put in more like that. Agreed. I would love to have seen more of that kind of interactivity. On the flip side, I'll bet the more interactivity and reacting to people coming by, the more lag. I would guess.
Well met.
Here's our stable master. Let's head back to West Bree for now. I'm about 10 minutes from the point where I'm going to want to wrap up this segment. And I think at that point I'm probably also going to end the stream for the night because I'm getting kind of tired. And last few nights I was up till 3:30 in the morning, and it's really not good for me. So maybe I won't do that again tonight. But in the meantime, we can take a look at Bree. I'm actually going to leave town for a minute because if you have any familiarity with Bree Town and Bree Land from the Lord of the Rings series, this view will be familiar to you. We have a minor crafting area over here, some farming fields up there to the left. Clear skies above. Full moon. We always have a full moon. These are some places where people customarily play music in bands. Here is a prancing pony. A slightly important place in the Lord of the Rings. And a kitty! Hi, kitty! Hi! Kitty sleeping. And another kitty. A minstrel on the stage. Tea. Kinney. Hi, Pax. Bye, Pax. Hi, bye. Yep, understood. Here is the boar fountain in Bree. Random town guards. Oh, let's take a look at Lalia's Market. Lalia's Market is a place that you can buy cosmetic stuff for mithril coin. Mithril coin, as I said, is a paid currency. The thing about Lalia's Market, everything that you can get there, you can get elsewhere in the game. Some of it is stuff that you get from instances that's kind of hard to get. Some of it is easy to get. Some of it is crafted. If there is something in Lalia's that catches your eye that you think you would like to get, always check with other people on World Chat, in your kinship or what have you. Look online, because there is a really good chance you can get it somewhere else, and usually quite easily. And some of the stuff here is just really expensive. Those cloaks look familiar? These are cosmetic versions of the cloaks you can get from the Drygok instance. These, 100 mithril coin apiece. 100 mithril coin are 850 LOTRO points. That's a lot. For one cloak, no less. On the other hand, the Drygok instances are kind of hard, even nowadays. Nowadays, the way we're overpowered, and it's a level 75 instance, Drygok is. Most instances are still pretty much a face roll. The Isengard cluster, the stuff with Saruman and Drygok, still hard and have some mechanics that you need to learn. So it's content that is still difficult, even if you've out-leveled it. I mean, Drygok is still tricky, even if you're running it at 115 instead of 75. Yes, you have more firepower, but if you don't know the mechanics, forget it. So, that is some content that has still stood up to the test of time. And as I said, these are the first version of the Drygok cloaks. Very nice. The second version, the white shimmery ones, can't get them here. I still recommend doing the instance and learning it that way. By contrast, this guy right here, Ceremonial Radiant Cloak, tailors make that. It is a crafted item. It is not worth paying mithril coin for. So as with all things, buyer beware. Some of these, a couple of these are quest rewards. Some of these are very easy to get. I think this pattern is actually available on a couple different cloaks. Some of them, much harder to get. But if something really appeals to you, talk to your kinnies and find out. This is available, this design is available in a couple different places. This one with the moon, believe that's a Dunland quest reward. The owl is definitely a Dunland quest reward. The ceremonial cinched cloak is also a quest reward. It's very much a buyer beware sort of thing. But if nothing else, Lalia's can be a great place to see what kind of stuff is available. Because while these are ceremonial versions that are only cosmetic, the original versions of all this stuff is armor. And to realize the amount of creativity that's been present in the game to allow that level of design, it's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? So this is Lalia's. an example of some of the cosmetics that are up for grabs in Lord of the Rings Online. And I am Wayward, and I think I am done for the night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on the stream. Thank you for watching my video if you are watching this in video format. As always, I appreciate you, and if you're in-game on Lord of the Rings Online on the Land Roval server, do look me up. Ask for Here Be Dragons, and you will find me. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.